As we speak, Jupiter in Leo is sitting in the heart of the sun today. And I want you to pay attention to what is trying to expand in your life right now, because this is a Jupiter Cazimi. Cazimi literally means in the heart of the sun. It basically describes a moment when a planet is in an exact conjunction to the sun. And one thing I find so fascinating about a Cazimi is understanding what happens before it. Normally, when a planet gets too close to the sun, we call that a combustion. The sun's light becomes so bright that it's difficult to distinguish the planet's properties from the sun's. So symbolically, the planet's energy, in this case Jupiter, can feel overwhelmed by the intensity of being so close to the sun. Like, imagine trying to see a candle standing outside at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a July day in Tennessee. Baby, it might be a little bit hard. The candle is still burning, but you just can't perceive its light because something brighter has your attention at the moment. And from recent conversations with my community, a lot of people can relate to that feeling of being overwhelmed right now. Like literally being pulled in 10 different directions and have so much going on all at the same time that it's hard to know what to focus on. For example, you know you qualify, but you still might question yourself. Or you know you gifted, but you struggle to see the path forward. Or you know something bigger is calling you, but the amount of change that's happening around you right now makes it hard to hear that inner voice, makes it hard to tap into that Ori. And then comes the Cazimi. The planet moves from being consumed by the sun's light to sitting right in the heart of the sun. And that's the paradox. The same thing that was overwhelming the planet Jupiter becomes the very thing that illuminates it. And I feel like that's the perfect metaphor for this season. How are you turning your pain into power? Because eventually, when you've experienced enough uncertainty, grief, endings, and transformation, there comes a point of clarity where it all makes sense. It's like a fog lifts and all of the pieces start to come together. Your confidence begins to return. And not because the problems are gone, but because you have a clearer vision of what's going on and how to move forward. That's why I don't see today's Jupiter Cazimi as just the luckiest transit of the year. I see it as a point of illumination, a reset, a reorientation, a fresh perspective, if you will. So I think today's biggest gift from today's Jupiter Cazimi, which is happening right before the full moon in Aquarius today, is a change of perspective. Because even if, we still have all of the things we need to deal with, the first step to changing your situation is changing your perspective and changing your mindset. And this energy definitely supports that. So today, as Jupiter, my ruling planet, sits in the throne of the sun, the planet of expansion, abundance, good luck, opportunity. When they talk about those lucky spirits being on your team, Jupiter is definitely one of them. But also a planet that represents higher education, travel, publishing, and spirituality. Like the beliefs that shape what we think is possible for our lives. Some questions might come up like, what would happen if I put my whole self into my vision? What could expand if I stopped hiding my gifts? What opportunities may become available if you allowed yourself to be more visible? And what dreams have you been treating like a fantasy when they're actually part of your purpose? Baby, the North Node just moved into Aquarius. Get to it. Because Jupiter in Leo does not want to make you smaller. It wants you to recognize the value you already have within yourself. It wants you to tap into your heart space and express it to the fullest. It's asking you to be more honest about what genuinely brings you to life. What do you enjoy? What do you like? Not what the public thinks you should like, not the status quo, what is connected to your heart space. But I digress. If you want to understand where the Jupiter Cazimi, the full moon in Aquarius, Saturn's retrograde, and the upcoming Leo eclipse are activating your personal birth chart, I am offering 25-minute eclipse season strategy sessions. You can book on my website, kenyascrystals.com, or comment the word eclipse and I'll send you more information on how to book. Because today might show you what's possible, but your birth chart definitely has the answers to where those possibilities are asking to become real. Happy full moon in Aquarius. Happy Jupiter Cazimi. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.